Hi, everyone. I would like to ask everyone some questions before I begin. Do you still remember your favorite class in high school? Are you still interested in that subject? Is the job you have now related to that subject? And I want everyone to ask themselves this question. Do I have my own attention? You don't need to answer it right now, but please remember the question. It is a common phenomenon that people around us always want us to be successful, because being successful will automatically attract people's attention. And many people believe that the key to fulfill this goal is to make the right choice when we are facing a question. So, what is the right choice? In most people's perspective, the choice that is most commonly accepted is the right choice. Many of you might be confused. Let me give you an example. So I came to TEDxAllendaleColumbiaSchool when I was in 9th grade. And before that, I was studying in China. In most of the Chinese families, the goal that Chinese parents set for their children is to get into one of the top-ranking colleges in China. And after they graduate, they're expected to find jobs such as government officer, teacher, doctor, or lawyer, the jobs that the society views as powerful, high class, and stable. The life of a Chinese kid is pretty much arranged at the moment when he or she was born. I want everyone to picture this. You just came back home from work, you're exhausted, and your adorable 5-year-old kid runs to you and said, "I want to be an artist in the future." And you will laugh at him and say, "Sure, why don't you start drawing daddy and mommy in your room?" This is common in both Chinese and American families. However, less commonly seen in American families. In most of the Chinese families, if a 15-year-old boy tells his parents that he wants to become an artist and decides to go to art school from now on, his parents will be furious and say, "What are you thinking about? Artists can't even find a job in the future. Go do your homework." Well, it could be more challenging for an artist to find a job, but isn't it a good thing that a 15-year-old boy has found his enthusiasm in art? Only because the majority is not saying yes to the option of becoming an artist, we should say no to his interest? Maybe this boy will get a really high score in his future exams and enter a top-ranking college in China. And let's say he becomes a teacher after he graduates. But there will always be a dream of becoming an artist lying deeply inside his heart. Therefore, he's not learning or benefiting from his experience as a teacher. And I believe learning from experience is what really matters. Learning from your experience enables fulfillment in your work. And the fulfillment will make you look much more confident and enthusiastic. And you will feel much more confident. The enthusiasm and the confidence you show are what really attract people's attention. Even for students who study abroad, I've seen parents having basically the same requirements for them, even under a completely different environment. Here's a list of American top-ranking colleges. You can see Princeton, Harvard, Yale, and here's a list of American top-ranking liberal arts colleges. These are all amazing colleges, but if a Chinese student tells his parents that he wants to go to one of these liberal arts colleges, his parents will think he's crazy. Besides, most of them have never heard about these schools before. Luckily, my parents aren't like the parents who I just described. They've been supporting me almost all the time. However, we do share our different opinions when I'm making choices. So I'm currently a junior at AC, and I plan to major in biology in college. Therefore, from my perspective, it will be more helpful for me to learn AP Stats in my senior year than learning AP Calculus BC. But when I talked to my parents about this, they disagreed. In their opinions, since most of the people around us took AP Calculus BC or are taking AP Calculus BC, therefore I should take this class in my senior year because it will be more attractive to colleges during my application. Maybe yes, maybe no. But the problem is, I'm more interested in stats, and learning stats will be more beneficial for my future study than learning AP Calculus BC. Is it making the choice that will benefit myself the most the best? My parents agree with me eventually, but these two examples reflect a common phenomenon that people tend to make the choices that are chosen by the majority, And they are making those choices under the belief that all other choices are bad. Just imagine how many students are staying up all night to learn SAT just to score above 1500. How many students are learning 15 AP classes at the same time? And how many students are losing their time spending with their friends and exploring their hobbies? Are making these popular choices helping them to get what they want or to get what someone else wants for them? Sometimes what people tell you is the best isn't the best for you. There's a professor at Harvard University named Todd Rose. Dr. Rose conducted a project called the Dark Horse Project. This project focuses on learning how people achieve success by harnessing their individuality. In this project, instead of asking, what is the best way to achieve success, the researchers ask, what is the best way for you to achieve success? And the researchers found a really interesting result that fulfillment is not necessarily connected with excellency. This means that even if a person is highly selected in his or her occupation, this person won't necessarily feel happy. Instead, this person might feel disengaged in his or her daily work. On the contrast, prioritizing fulfillment actually helps with excellency. Why? As the researchers continued their interviews, they found that since people are having differences in their interests, needs, desires, it's different for individuals to attain fulfillment. The reason why people feel fulfilled is because they are engaged in their daily work. Indeed, enthusiasm is a drive that makes you want to be better, to improve, and this drive is what attracts people's attention. Many people today only care about the result of being successful and ignore the process of becoming successful. Holding the same thought will cause them eventually not to choose the option that they can learn from the process. Instead, they will choose the option that seems will directly give them the result. But what they don't know is the process they encounter during the way to achieve success will help them to become a better person and help them to accomplish a bigger, longer-lasting success. What I'm trying to say today isn't telling you not to listen to other people's advice or obtrusively doing whatever you want. What I'm trying to say is, instead of being constrained by a stereotypical standard formula of you have to go to a top-ranking college or you have to have an amazing resume, I hope you can make choices that is the best for you and worth fighting for, the choice that you can learn from and you are passionate about. In the process of doing what you are passionate about, you will become more imaginative, more creative, and those are something that can only be developed and improved by doing something you enjoy. Passion becomes motivation, motivation becomes determination, determination becomes fulfillment, and fulfillment attracts people's attention. I believe it is important to have your own attention before trying to attract other people's attention. I'm interested in science, and I want to be the person one day who can use what I am passionate about to attract your attention. Going back to this question, do I have my own attention? I want everyone to rethink it and give yourself an answer. Thank you.